In India, a standard greeting between different generations often begins with a specific physical motion. A younger person reaches down, leans their upper body forward, and presses their fingertips against an elder's feet. To an outsider observing this for the first time, the gesture can look jarring. It places one human being into a posture of extreme physical submission to another. In highly individualistic cultures, we are taught to stand tall, maintain eye contact, and protect our personal autonomy. Literally bowing at someone else's feet contradicts those social norms. But observing this as mere subservience misses its mechanical reality. This physical lowering of the body functions as a sophisticated, multi-layered tool for shaping human behavior. In India, this specific motion occurs millions of times every single day. It is an essential feature of major annual festivals. When families gather, the home is filled with younger relatives bowing to aunts, uncles, and grandparents. It marks major life milestones as well. At weddings, before a bride and groom begin their new life, they are expected to perform this ritual with their new in-laws. Why is this one specific, vulnerable motion so firmly cemented into the daily routine of over 1 billion people? To understand its ubiquity, we have to pull this gesture apart to see how it builds human connection. The first layer is the traditional belief system. In this view, the younger person is actively seeking a blessing from the elder. This requires a reciprocal response. The elder must reach out and physically place their hand on the younger person's head. Within this spiritual logic, the two-part contact, feet to hands to head, is conceptualized as a closed circuit. Traditional belief dictates that positive energy and accumulated wisdom flow through this connection, passing from the elder to the youth. Viewed through this lens, the gesture is a two-way exchange. Both participants have a required role in transferring respect and goodwill. Shifting the focus from the individual to the broader family unit reveals the second layer. This physical habit constructs a clear architecture of respect between the youngest toddlers and the oldest grandparents. By making this physical interaction a habit at every gathering, a family strengthens the bonds that tie the household together. It forces the younger generation to look at their elders and physically acknowledge the value of their lived experience. On a societal level, repeating this simple action binds the family structure. It acts as the glue that prevents intergenerational fragmentation. The deepest layer happens entirely inside the mind of the person bending over. Psychologists note that physical action often precedes feeling. If you force your body into a specific posture, your brain will often adopt the corresponding emotion. By voluntarily putting the body into a low, vulnerable, and yielding position, the person overrides their natural pride. This physical pressure can trigger the brain to shrink the ego. With the ego suppressed, the mind creates space for a measurable increase in gratitude and emotional connection. The act of touching feet is a physical tool used to create a humble mindset. By leveraging the posture of the body, the culture integrated a behavioral habit that consistently suppresses the universal human ego. Today, the literal adherence to this tradition is beginning to evolve. In modern, fast-paced environments, fewer people drop to the ground to physically touch an elder's shoes. The traditional contexts that made this daily habit easy are changing as families move into smaller nuclear households. This creates a critical tension. The form of the tradition is fading, but the function it served remains vital. As a culture modernizes, the physical habits might change, but the human problems of ego and fragmentation do not simply disappear. Deconstructing this ritual reveals its practical outcome. The practice leaves the mind in a specific psychological state, one primed to value relationships and respect experience. Actively practicing humility remains necessary to maintaining harmony between people in any era. What is the physical architecture of respect in your own culture, and how do you show it? Our rituals will continue to evolve, but the requirement to manifest respect through action remains absolute.